Let's play again. Two truths and a lie. My first boyfriend was called Isaac. I went to uni, but I don't have any picture taken on my graduation day. Third, I have two scars on my face. So let me know which one is the truth, which ones are the truth, and which one is the lie.
Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nakafero Asla and I am the founder of the Beauty Hub Uganda. Well, what am I showing you today? I thought I should just show you guys a simple glam look. Nothing serious, just one of those days where I feel like, oh, let me have my makeup done. And yeah, so run the pencil below your brow. If it's a dark pencil, you'll have to get a spoolie and brush the darkness into your eyebrows like I'm doing. Do it with a smile, with joy, and trust me, it always turns out awesome when you do it happily. So, get your flat brush, concealer, and run it just below where you run the pencil, below the brows. Gently do this and take your time. So run the brush downwards and bring it towards the inner corner of your eye, and do the same for the end of the brow. Same for the other brow. Flat concealer brush your concealer. I'm using a MAC. Oops, I have forgotten. I'll include it in the comments down below, no worries. Get your beauty blender and blend that out. So I like to work with the beauty blender after using the flat brush because it has a wider surface area, covers a bigger area as I'm blending as compared to the flat brush. Alright, so we want the end of the brow or the middle part of the brow to be much lighter than where it starts from and where it ends. So for contouring, I use the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Coffee. I think it's number 11. So I dipped the brush in the bottle for just a little bit, so I don't work with too much product, and I run it in those specific areas where my nostrils are, that's below the nose, and on the bridge of my nose. Get a beauty blender and dab that. Take your time as you're doing the blending, because that's where the work is. Don't forget that part. Work is always in blending. If you don't blend it, then you'll see the harsh lines. So for highlighting, I used a shade, I think it's 3 shades lighter than mine. Let's start blending. Take your time, darling. Take your time as you do this. No need to rush. Like I said, I did this look. One of those looks you do and you're like, you know what? Let me just get some makeup on. Not that I was going anywhere. We're in lockdown. So there we are with my beauty blender, beauty sponge. Alright, that one. Keep blending. I can see it coming together. I hope you do. Go on with the blending. Like I said, that's where the work is, and it takes time and patience. Alright? So, still work on the darker on the sides. So now, so the foundation doesn't go out of place. So we keep those specific where the contour is and where the highlight is. I'm going to get powder of that same color and run it in those areas, so it stays put and does not run. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, as you're seeing me doing, as you can see, there's a faint light line at the top of the nose. It runs from the brows down to the tip of the nose. Well, that's 2 things, so I'll work around making it a bit bigger. I don't like to have a nose too thin and sharp because then it feels unreal to me. That's my opinion. Please go ahead and do as you please, but that is my personal opinion. So that's a powder of the same shade, and I keep running it. As you can see, I buff it out. I buff out those harsh lines so it looks seamless. Keep turning your face side by side and see if you can see the lines. If you still see them, continue buffing till it looks seamless. So I hope we're there. I always start with my brows because they give me a way on how to work on the nose. I'm able to position the middle part after I've worked on the brows. Before I work on the brows, it's quite, I don't get it. I get it, but not as well as when I have done the brows. I hope you can see that the nose is coming together, no harsh lines. It looks snatched, yet I'm not yet finished with it. But I hope you can see that. So with the brows, remember they were too light, and I told you I only want the middle part of the brow lighter, not where it ends and not where it starts. So I get some powder and run it in those areas. For eyeshadow, I want the colors as they appear on the palette. That's how I want them to appear on my eyelid. So I use a primer that's quite light. It's coming to white. That primer it's cream tending to white. So I tap it on my eyelid. I like to use my fingers because I feel they do a better job than the brush. Or maybe I don't have the money to buy a brush that does a better job. That could be true as well. Anyway, let's go in with the eyeshadow. So for the outer corners, you want to use a darker shade. Actually, not darker, a dark shade. So I went with a shade that's not so far off from my skin tone. Because remember, I told you when I was doing this look, I wanted something happy-go-lucky, like very easy. So there we are. Same for the other side. You have to tap that in the corner, in the outer corner of your eye, and keep it in there. Actually, keep packing the color till it gives you the color that you want to see, or the color that's on the palette. For my inner corner, I chose a white or a cream, should I say. What did it look like? What color was it to you? To me, it came off like a whitish cream, a pale white, yellowish, creamish white. Yeah. So that's for the inner eye. I just keep patting it on. I patted it on, then I dragged it towards the brown. Take your time as you apply the eyeshadow, no need to hurry. So in between the white and the brown, I thought of that. I thought it would be a good transition from the white to a lighter brown, then to a darker brown. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Well, I loved it. So get your powder, just so we make it a little darker below the brows. With makeup, you have to make it look just as your face looks. So beneath my brow is dark. You don't want to leave it light as it is there. So put the darkness in that area. I'm using my shade of powder to give it a bit of darkness. Where the eyebrow starts from, if you notice on any other person, where the eyebrow starts from is not light. It's dark. The eyebrow is always a bit lighter in the arc. So that's why you keep the light. I hope that's clear. So for the inner corner of my eye, I got that little brush. It's called a detailed brush. And I put a highlight just right there. So I moved the brush in circular motions and later dragged it towards or swept it towards the white so it can marry into the white. So you want that, I hope that's clear. The other eye has a goldish yellowish to it, and this is plain. So you want to give it a little bit of pop. I wanted it to pop, but then I didn't want it shouting. I wanted it as calm as possible. calm and mellow, you know. Anyway, yeah, so did the same process as I did for the other eye. So as you do this, feel free to be the judge. With makeup, there's no right and there's no wrong. Some people want their eyeliner as thick as, I don't know, as their eyebrow, which is okay. If you want it like that, go ahead and do that. So with anything you do while you're doing your makeup, it's what you like, not what other people like. All right? So like I had said, I hadn't finished with the nose. So I'm going to conceal my under eyes. While I'm doing that, I'll continue with working on the nose. So when you put highlight or concealer, when you're doing your nose, as you're starting to blend, you'd want to start blending from the outer eye, like out of your eye. So you blend it nicely. It can marry from your cheekbone inwards. I hope that was clear. That line, you don't want it there, so blend it. Same applies this side. Begin from outside. As you run it inside, feel free to touch your nose and press that product in. You don't want underneath your nostril to show that you didn't press the foundation in, alright? So keep blending. Like I told you, blending is the work here. When you don't blend, you'll have harsh lines all over your face, which we don't want. Get your brush and just buff out everything, make everything clear. I didn't add any product to that brush. I just used it as it was. The remaining product that was there is what I used, and that's my powder brush that I'm using. It's a blending brush, but powder is on it. You see that line? So we're going to blend that out. I hope you can see that it's coming together. So everyone has a technique for doing it. This is my way of doing it. It may seem a bit slow or more tedious, but this is how I do it. This is what I find easier. So if it works for you, please feel free. If it didn't work for you, there are very many people who are doing this makeup thing, and they could be doing something that you find much more easier. Please pick it up and use that, right? So now that the nose is done, let's go on and bake. So we keep that product in those areas, all right? We bake because we need that product to remain in that specific area. And one thing about baking, you want to use a shade, the shade of powder you're using for baking should be the same shade you used as you were concealing. I hope that makes sense. Like the concealer you use has a color or a shade. Find that same shade of powder for baking. So now we are working on the outer eye. So I like to put some concealer, blend it in, and do the same for the other side. Get your concealer, put it on to the outer corner of your eye, and blend it out, and make sure everything marries. They're just those parts of your face you'll have to put extra attention to. Mine are the outer corners of my eye and my nose, plus the brows. Those are the things I give the most attention to. We are all different, so you'll find something else to give attention to. So when you're doing your eyeliner, you don't have, if the eyeliner that's on the market doesn't work for you, find what works. Personally, I like to use a dark pencil, and then I run a flat pointed brush to make the lines neat. With other concealers, I find that I do a mistake, like the watery concealers. My hand is a bit shaky, so I do mistakes. I want to work with something that I can easily erase. So to make the concealer lines neat, I use my concealer to make the line a bit neat. and then I use a beauty blender to blend it out. I'm making the line neat with a concealer. Run the brush downwards, then get a beauty blender and blend that. I'll get a powder and set it. Now let's work on the lippy. Get your pencil, your desired pencil, black, brown, whichever you'd like, that's up to you. Line the lips, blend that out. Get your lippy. I'm using the Kiss Professional number 7. Like I said, I really didn't want anything shouting on my face. I just wanted a simple glam look. So it's like a pale pink. So I like to chisel my face. So I had to contour my cheeks, get some blush for the cheekbones. I like to apply my blush on top of my cheekbones and not on my cheekbones. It's my preference. It's just my preference because I find that it lifts my face as compared to when I apply it on my cheekbones. Otherwise, that's what your girl looks like. I really love this look. So simple and elegant. It's something you'd want to wear as you go to a date night. What do you think? So I put some bronzer at the bridge of my nose and on the tip. I put some on my brows, just in the arc. Same for the other brow. And on my cheekbones, just a slight, just a hint of it. Nothing dramatic. Just wanted to stay me. Clearly, when you look at this makeup, it's simple, yet it's elegant. It's chic. What do you think? Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.